Welcome back to the Tasty Times News Update 7, the weekly Tasty Planet Back for Seconds newspaper. This main story is a troubling one, so stick to it. So, are there new ways to experience this game? As people speedrun Tasty Planet over and over again, people start looking for new ways to explore this vast game. Even though two-player bonus levels are still unexplored, there's still some new category ideas runners have been floating around recently. I covered blindfolded runs in the second edition of the Tasty Times already, and on April Fools of 2024 I did a menu percent run, where all I did was enter and exit every single level as fast as possible. Menu percent was a joke, and blindfolding is an interesting idea, but my personal favorite, possibly to be added to the real leaderboards, is all unique items. This doesn't seem so bad, does it? The idea was started by Skunk Monkey again. Dang, can't put 2 out of 3 extra categories I mentioned. In Tasty Planet Back for Seconds, there's a gallery you can view if you're on PC. It's not there on mobile. That shows everything you can eat in the game. The objective is simple. Eat at least one of everything in it. What's really fun about this category is that you can choose any level to do in any order as long as it contributes to something. Bonus and regular, which makes it a very different and cool experience. So I thought I would add it. Big mistake. I accidentally removed every single full game and IW from the leaderboard when trying to play with variables. I went into full panic mode, begging people to try and help. Thankfully, the ILs, which hold the vast majority of runs, were unaffected. In order to get every run back, I would go to each runner's profile and Control F to Tasty Planet and verify each run there. I was probably doing like 5 every minute at one point. Whew. But with some help, everything was back to normal. It gave me a real scare, though. And now for the world records of this week. Ninja Attack 1 player would have the first stab taken this week, with Skunk Monkey beating it by 1.63 seconds. He had been waiting for this for weeks, and it was the first main level world record from him, and by a lot, on March 7th. This was an RNG level though, so besides not getting hit at all, there's not much to commentate on. Except that Dino Dude would take it back the record by 0.93 with a 52.53 only 30 minutes later. Worms 1 player would be pushed back and forth in a battle on March 7th and 8th by Can't Kill Me and Dino Dude. First, Dino Dude getting a 1:14.98, then Can't Kill Me the same day with a 1:14.21. Dino Dude would come back on the 8th to take it down to a 1:11.39. The Leaf Collection had got sophisticated, zooming out at high 13 seconds. But Can't Kill Me would get the finishing blow with 1:09.89, grabbing an extra feather to zoom out faster in the second split, minus 9.77 seconds. Fast Cats 1 player would be beaten on March 7th by 0.26 by Can't Kill Me, taking down the 10.71 down to 10.45. This is the shortest level in the game, the second shortest level in the game, and maybe a task could possibly get sub 10? Can't Kill Me would be more precise with the rat eating. I'm sorry, there's not much to this level. Big Kitties 1 player and Big Kitties Hard 1 player would both go down on March 7th, again by Can't Kill Me, again. Can't Kill Me has different lines than me, but would still end up with 32.29, taking off 0.507. He would get an unrecorded 32.09 as well, classic. And on the hard mode, he would get a 32.03 on recording, beating by 33.277 by 1.877 seconds. Can't Kill Me would do this by getting all 3 lines in the center to not waste any time eating them. Lab Rats and Lab Cats Hard 1 player would be taken on by Can't Kill Me on March 7th by 0.087 seconds, just barely. Well, he did get a 37.44. That would beat the main record as well. But it was unrecorded, of course. Classic. The final record he would take on March 7th would be Big Kitties 1 player, funnily enough. But this was a crazy record, a 31.04, minus 1.26 on a level this short. Can't Kill Me had much faster routes eating the fish, and all lions, once again, were all together. And then any percent 1 player, going from 132, 39, 37, wow, that's a lot of 30s, down to 131.23.60. For the first time in a long time, Lab didn't have any errors due to RNG, and he would continue riding high through late Cretaceous and ancient Egypt, even getting a world record on Save the Dinosaurs. Are you not entertained would trip him up with bad luck and judgment, but would bounce back with a peak of minus 1 minute and 47 seconds. Distant future were not that great though, leading to only minus 115.77. Laboratory 1 player was beaten by Can't Kill Me, breaking into 238.717. Taking down Nestmaster GD's 105-day 241.29 by 2.573 seconds. Can't Kill Me would gain a huge lead in the second level compared to my bad luck, but would fall behind with suboptimal lab rats and lab cats. But the time machine would save him, as I had not used the reroute since the run was pretty old, pretty close to the top 5 oldest. Meditation Meal 1 player was beaten by Can't Kill Me on March 10th by a staggering 1.38 seconds, and of course it was due to sophistication. He would skip a lot of smaller statues that Dino Dude had gotten in the second split, especially on the third, not bonking against the wall. He went from a 51.84 that stood for 34 days down to a 50.46. The Time Machine 2 player would finally be beaten by Can't Kill Me on March 10th, supposedly with a 39.33. Even though my brother and I have a 38.948, he claims this is the world record. Can't Kill Me would control 2 players by himself, though, so it was still super impressive. So we would come back the next day to get a 37.259 with 2 players. But since PC is a lot faster than mobile, Can't Kill Me took this chance to get a 33.86, minus 16.857. Cat Warship 1 player would be beaten by Dino Dude on March 11th. He would start off with missing an adult cat in the first split, losing 2 seconds, but would bounce back 1 second ahead by sophisticating the best statue collection in the middle. Where he'd really shine was in the last split, using a new way to eat the triangles of cat statues to slice off 3.47 seconds. Save the Dinosaurs 1 player would be beaten by Can't Kill Me during his full game record, actually, going from a 448.75 from Dino Dude down to a 440.93. Can't Kill Me's push to zoom out on the left of the last Cretaceous Cretaceous part would work wonders this time, and had incredible luck with the second Dino Time part. Basically everything would go right for this level, and with some good lava and mountain eating, he pulled off a 7.82 second time save. Oh yeah, alongside that, in the same run, he would get late Cretaceous world record by 24.4 seconds with a 17.18.376.67, the ancient Egypt world record by 11.266 seconds with a 18.25.267, and the feudal Japan world record by 27.323 seconds. Crazily the largest improvement despite being the second shortest IW. Overall, this was a legendary run, and if Distant Future had gone his way, something else could have happened. Bones 2 player was beaten by Q Gaming, one of the OG players alongside Polycast, a newcomer. They are on a quest to finally optimize the 2-player levels. The two would split up, one doing the current 1-player route, and the other doing the old one that I made. With this teamwork, a 38.18 was able to be obtained. This subtracted 30.76 from Van Canters and After's 108.94. And alongside this, Bigger Than Dinos 2 player and Egg Thief 2 player would be beaten by them on March 11th. The two actually knew where the eggs were and grinded for the record, taking off 11.17 seconds. In Bigger Than Dinos 2 player, at least one player would always be wandering around aimlessly, but the two did it slightly less than Van Canters and Afters, so 3.28 seconds fell off. And just in the nickness of time, Dino Dude would take Can't Kill Me's 27-day-old 53.41 on Amazing Tables 1 player, down to a 45.62, taking 7.79 seconds off. Dino Dude would forego the scanning strat to eat the tables, and cleverly ate a little bit of the top table line, and then went to the bottom to zoom out as fast as possible. In the second split, he wouldn't miss a single table while going around. And the Tasty Plant Final Bite 80% was finished on mobile by Jong-woo. It was the first full game run for Final Bite on mobile, and it was a 3:21:04, completely skipping the 4-hour barrier, the 3:30 and 3:25. I personally play on mobile for my Tasty Planet speedruns, except Dino Time, but I made the mistake of buying Final Bite on my laptop, which sucked, so I can't speedrun Final Bite, which is why I feel immense nationalism for anybody who does play on mobile. And the Tasty List progress report. Can't Kill Me showed off the progress made on the Tasty List, the Tasty Planet Demon List for the whole series, on March 13. It showed the top 16, although some of the placements I don't agree with, like any percent 2-player and Lab Rats and Lab Cats being that high. But so far it's been a solo project with little input from other players, so when more people are getting into the project, things will be a lot more accurate. As you know, all bonus levels was added as a category, but alongside this, I added a variable for 1 or 2 players. This made the messiness of the subcategories get cleaned up, and it was much nicer to look at. I also added all bonus levels as a category, and made another variable for PC and mobile, since mobile has like 10 less levels than PC for that category. The 1-player 100% sum of best has fallen by 36.781 seconds, going from a 2:35:09.001 to a 2:34:32.22. And the 2-player sum of best for any percent has fallen by 1 minute and 2.067 seconds, from 1:19:16.268 down to 1:18:14.201. The longest lasting world records have changed, with the Time Machine 2-player being gone and replaced by Dino Dude's Bigger Than Dino's 1-player record. The world records holders have still been going on a crazy run, with Can't Kill Me just climbing more and more. Van Canters and Afters have lost 2 records due to Q Gaming and I don't know because I didn't remember the name while doing it. I forgot to fix that. It was Polycast. Unclaimed territories have gone up as more categories have actually been added. And that is all for the Tasty Times.